This poem is titled When Chokecherries Turn Black. It was a magical time. Yes, a time of survival, but we knew it as fun, being together, being with the grandmas. A time to learn some good lessons and beautiful songs in the old tongue, Lakota Sioux. All my young female relatives and I busied ourselves putting together bags to carry our chokecherries. Mother cut a pillowcase in half, stitched up the ends, and added drawstrings. We pretended we were adults, fussed over each other, showed how to carry the bags, how to sit and pick the best, proud of our skills. Our grandma, Highback, had a bag made of deerskin, and another grandma had one made of fawn skin. We admired how they wore them, padded strap around the neck and shoulder, efficient for plucking, for all the right beauty, handled with care. We started for the woods, just after the sun came over the trees. Grandma had 2 big dogs who were always along. They had small travois strapped to their backs, and they were always anxious to go somewhere, to be part of the Chokecherry Party. They were so obedient, patient, never chased the rabbits or mice. The grandmas walked ahead on the trail through the willows and brush, parted the tall grasses, and kept us close, reminded us of the ticks, ants, or the thorns, and all the little dangers in our world of adventure. One auntie followed behind, carrying a branch of poplar leaves, swatting away all the flies and mosquitoes and other biting things. Walking to the chokecherry patch was like walking into a new world. Their berry bushes were taller every year, so plentiful, unrecognizable. Once there, the adults would start singing, one after the other. It was like a joyous greeting and exchange, a beginning to a beautiful time and space of fragrant leaves and abundant branches. The grandmas had mellow voices, a gentle breeze waving in and out of what seemed like hundreds of songs. I don't remember any sounding the same. A new song telling a new story for a new year. All of we little ones, anxious, would sit on the ground and pick the bottom cherries, while the grandmas picked the chokecherries close to the sky. As I looked up at the cherries, they looked plump and glossy like little gopher eyes. Soon our cheeks bulged with sweet, juicy fruit. We would fill our bags, then pour them into a larger bag attached to the travois. When we began to slow down and tire, we would all stop and have a bite to eat. The bags turned into a full spread of food and wild mint tea. The grandmas all spoke in Sioux and would tell funny stories about each other. Sometimes we didn't understand the entire joke, but their untamed laughter made us giggle. We laughed so hard we had to stand and hold our sides. After we had picked for another hour or so, we would head home. Grandma's in front, the dogs pulling the loaded travois, and us kids. Sometimes my younger sister would fall asleep so she would get to ride with all the sweet-smelling bags. About 5 households shared the cherries. Each grandma had her own special set of pounding stones, like a mortar and pestle. It seemed like the grandmas would work on cherries for a whole week, pounding and grinding and shaping the cherry pulp into patties, then setting them out to dry in the baking July sun while they became hard and black. Eventually, all the dried patties were placed in large pieces of cheesecloth tied up into bundles and stored hanging from the rafters. All winter long we enjoyed eating chokecherries, chokecherry pudding. Sometimes the chokecherries were mixed with deer meat or a sauce over a deer roast. Chokecherry soup with dried cracklings of pork and chokecherry jam and jelly. My grandmas liked to cook. They cooked to honor the seasonal moon. The moon when the chokecherries turned black.